It's a little known fact about Britain, apparently.
All right, so here we go, folks. This is game number 3 between Liquid Sheth spawning and Metalopolis at the 3 o'clock position. So give a cheer for Liquid Sheth.
Thank you for leaving me the Terran player. On the left side of the map, we have our Terran player, and the team the color sort of a teal, sort of a paisley, sort of a seafoam blue, possibly. I don't know. Is Evil Genius's DeMuslim.
And I hope everyone at home have sufficiently spammed him with tweets.
Oh, yeah.
And here we have it now. Sheth's pick, obviously, as he went down to game number 2 on Crevasse. Crazy mid-game action back and forth. It really came down to one engagement outside of DeMuslim's third, where he was able to get very favorable engagement. Killed outright Sheth's force. I really thought Sheth was going to take the game right there. Boy, DeMuslim was pulling SCVs, but finds a way back into it. And so here we have it. Looks like Sheth actually getting that cross spawns that he was looking for as well.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably a better situation for Zerg. The only thing is that Sheth's third is going to be maybe a little bit tougher to take because it's going to be in a position where DeMuslim can attack it, that much easier.
Oh,
look at this, though.
He canceled at the last second because he saw Sheth come through. But Sheth already knows there's 2 SCVs out on the field, so I've got to assume that he thinks something is up.
That's true. I mean, that was some really good awareness by DeMuslim to cancel that barracks at the last minute. But like you said, seeing those 2 SCVs should clue him in.
Oh, he's still going for the hatchery, though. He's still going for the hatchery. 2 proxy racks. Oh, God. We've got a game on our hands, Doa.
That's right. You know what? The 5 seconds to the barracks time, it doesn't really make a big difference if the barracks are proxy, does it?
Yeah, no, not
Still hard to deal with as a Zerg player. Now, if you go hatch first, as a Zerg player, what you need to do is pull enough drones to deal with it. When you see Zergs lose to this, it's because they didn't pull enough drones initially. You usually want to see about 5 or 6. It seems to be sort of the magic number, and looks like Sheth did just get his pool right away, too, so we'll have those Zerglings out sooner rather than later. That always helps as well, of course. But he has no idea that this is coming.
No, he really doesn't. The way he saw those 2 SCVs as well, I thought for sure he was going to go pool first. But defying my expectations, we already have a couple of Marines making their way out. SCV running around Sheth's base as well. And we're going to see some bunkers here in a very short period of time.
Yes, we will. Here come the SCVs. They just can't stop building things. They love it. Oh, abusing the terrain on Metalopolis. That's such a good place to build a bunker. But look at that. Sheth pulling the right amount of drones. 6 right there. 7 actually right there. And he's going to lose a little bit of mining time, but that's actually perfectly fine. It's better than dying.
Yeah, so, DeMuslim sacrificed a little bit of economy to go ahead and move these SCVs out, and he's producing a ton of Marines at the moment. There we go.
Dangerous.
Bunker number 1 hits. Spinecrawler is hit as well, and Sheth has these drones on tap to go ahead and defend against this, but this bunker may very well come up.
Well, here's the danger of facing this as a Zerg on Metalopolis, is that you can hide kind of behind the ramp right there, and the Marines can just sit back there and be pretty safe.
And looks like that's just what they're planning on doing. This bunker is only 8 seconds away from finishing. The spine crawlers are coming up as well, though. They're going to be done in 13 seconds, so they will be able to help against this. Looks like the Lings getting a nice pick off 1 Marine in the open.
Now Sheth doing the right thing, trying to cut off reinforcements here. The Marine for DeMuslim. Oh, is he going to get in the bunker? It does! Oh, that was close. That Marine did not have a lot of hit points left. He is red.
Yeah, DeMuslim wants to end this outright. He's pulling quite a few SCVs to go ahead and do this. Actually sitting himself inside the bunker as well. 1 spine crawler in position. Now looks like the second is, and this SCV is going to fall pretty quickly. Yes. Oh no, actually loaded up at just the last second. Very nice job.
Bunkers are dead anyway.
Yeah.
One gets killed, the other gets killed. No salvage for either of those either. And wow, I mean, when it comes down to it, Sheth is the one that got the worker kills there. He killed 4 SCVs so far this game. DeMuslim killed 0.
Wow, that is actually extremely impressive. And he didn't really even commit to that many Lings. I mean, he has enough to go ahead and take map control and spot around and make sure that these Marines aren't going to charge him here in a second, which it looks like they might. DeMuslim actually coming back for round number 2 now with 11 Lings.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 11 Marines. I've done that again. Why? Oh, this is terrible.
Well, that's the real danger of this, is that if you hold off the bunker pressure, you still have to deal with the Marines later on. Now, with those 2 spine crawlers, he should be okay for a little while anyway. And DeMuslim knows that. He's putting down 2 gas at his main. He's going to play a little bit more defensive from here on out once he kind of does what he wants to do with these Marines. And
he's supply blocked very badly at the moment.
Oops. Yeah, not even starting any supply depots at all right now.
So many resources.
Soon.
Oh man. Yeah, he's actually got a ton of minerals built up at the moment, actually going
Well,
up to 700.
You know, this is what happens if that type of really heavy barracks pressure doesn't work out. Look at this. Here comes some Lings. And will this be enough to take out these two Marines at the top of the ramp, getting 2 Lings down before they even get up there? And yeah, with the SCVs joining in, that's going to be very simple for DeMuslim to hold off.
Yep, there it is. No SCVs falling. Taking a couple hits, but that's about all. But there are a huge amount of Lings that are making their way across the top once again. And really no defenses up at the top for DeMuslim. All of his Marines are sitting across the map.
Okay. So, DeMuslim still being a little bit annoying with those Marines around the map, but Sheth, oh, look at that Marine micro. Those Zerglings are not going to get a lot of kills.
Oh, not at all. This is actually very, very good micro, and Sheth just losing quite a bit of forces, still up in supply overall because of how bad that DeMuslim was supply blocked. He did end up putting down his third in the top left-hand corner, but if Sheth picks up on that at any given point in time, he's going to be able to deny that very easily.
Wow, such a fast third for DeMuslim, and if Sheth scouts this right now, I'm going to be so impressed because normally most Zerg players would not be expecting this. I like the risks, though, that DeMuslim is taking. He knows he's behind. He knows he needs to take a risk to get back in the game. So we'll have to see if it pays off or not. Zergling's coming in again, and this is enough to cause these SCVs to run for it. The Mule as well. He's about to die anyway, though, so it's...
yeah, but Mule number 2 is losing quite a shoddy Terran craftsmanship.
Right. I know, yeah. It's like, those Mules, they just don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, we have a barracks making its way. The advanced scout, of course. A few SVs were still being pulled off there for DeMuslim. Has this base actually been scouted at the top left, though? I know the Lings were moving up there. No, they actually don't see anything yet.
Not quite yet.
But they may make their way now.
Oh, and they find it. Oh, I think they saw it.
Yeah, they did. I just checked his vision. Yep.
So they do find it. Sheth knows about the third now. He knows that DeMuslim is going to have even less units than he would normally if by staying on 2 bases. Yeah. And that's going to be maybe enough Lings to take out the Marines. Yeah, certainly will be.
And Roachhorn being added to the mix as well. Bailing Nest actually finished, and Sheth is sitting on quite a few resources, maybe looking to pump a bunch of Roaches. Yeah, there's 5 coming up at the same time. He is going to move up to the top left, though, and start denying this command center, which is in the middle of morphing. That's going to have to be stopped and lifted off.
He might just go ahead and let it finish. It looks like 2 Hellions finishing right now. He's going to try to save the command center with that. Starting Blue Flame as well. Infernal Pre-Igniter being started. The nice thing is that it still does 2-shot Zerglings even without any attack upgrades for mech. If he wants the 2-shot drones, though, he's going to need to get +1. But for now, that's going to keep him a little bit safer against the Zerglings.
And Sheth is already up by almost 40 supply at the moment. He's up by 17 workers. He's got a huge attack force on the ground. He's going to his third as well. DeMuslim actually floating back his third because he knows he can't defend it at the moment. So Sheth is actually in an excellent position.
Yeah, certainly looks like that. I mean, he's just so far ahead. 83 supply to 49 for DeMuslim. DeMuslim's kind of grasping at straws right now, trying to stay in the game. Nice micro against those Zerglings. Every little thing he can do at this point in the game is going to help him out.
Yeah, actually, that did help him quite a little bit. Those Hellions really didn't take all that much damage, and they are going to get repaired up here in just a second. But now Roaches are making their way in. DeMuslim does have a couple of tanks, though. One on the high ground already, another one joining the fray.
Will it be safe against these Roaches, though? Yeah, it looks like it'll be fine. The Roaches, ooh, a little bit of miscontrol from Sheth there.
Yeah.
Losing an extra Roach they didn't really need to lose.
Yeah, but you know what? DeMuslim is still pinned. Basically, he's on 2 bases, but Sheth had been denying the economy over at the Natural for so long that DeMuslim really hasn't been able to mine anything from it.
Now, here's the thing, though, with what DeMuslim is doing. He's deciding to go mech right now, and I think that is absolutely the best choice you can make with mech. You can be very defensive. You can turtle out situations like this. We saw that Sheth didn't go for that fast lair for Mutas. He decided to go for it for some Roach upgrades as well. So, you know, DeMuslim, if he can stay safe enough, if he can dirtle enough, he can try to take that third, maybe get back in the game.
That's possible. We do have a macro hatch being added, to the mix as well. Infestation Pit coming down, so Sheth moving up to those nice high-tech options. And he actually has triple evolution chambers down. So we're going to see some pretty aggressive upgrading out of him.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, 3 evolution chambers. That is a bit crazy.
Oh, and DeMuslim wasn't watching his Hellions. He actually sent them across the map with an A-click. They ran into a group of Roaches, and one went down right away.
Yep. Those Blue Flame Hellions are something that Sheth will need to worry about, though. He's going to need to kind of pull back, save some Roaches and Spines at home to take care of that. Spine's obviously probably isn't going to be moving across the map to attack his opponent. He's not like Nest T or anything, but the Roaches should be there.
Yep, there are a couple of Roaches, Queens, and now Spine Crawlers, just as you had mentioned. So Sheth is going to remain pretty well defended against this. At the same time, he's moving in with a bunch of Roaches. This little task force, though, is going to get torn up by these 5 tanks.
Yeah, oh, he will be able to deny the refinery, and that's actually a big deal. I mean, you need all the gas you can get. When it comes to mech play, that one SCV didn't realize that the building he works in was destroyed. Died for it.
This is odd. It seems to be a mountain. And the hatchery just finished up, the macro hatch did. Triple evolution chambers are in gear, though, so not a mistake by any stretch of the imagination. He is going after 3 upgrades at a time. Hive Tech is about to hit as well, and he's double expanding.
Yep, Sheth taking the gold, taking the 6 o'clock base, using that advantage of being so far ahead, trying to get more ahead. I mean, you hear it on the GS all the time, you know, if you're ahead, get more ahead. That's what Sheth is trying to do. Now, DeMuslim, he's a little bit, he's still pretty far behind in supply, about, well, 60 supply down right now, but he's in a position where Sheth is going to need to make a lot more units to really engage and break him. That's the thing.
Yeah, certainly, because he is playing the turtle game to his max, but if he's not going to be able to move out and pressure, because he's not doing that very effectively with the Hellions at the moment, as a couple more go down, he's going to have an extremely hard time really just finding any success. Sheth moving away with most of his drones, may lose a few here. Actually, how many workers have been killed so far? Looks like Sheth has killed 15, only 3 killed for DeMuslim, so Sheth mitigating that damage very, very well.
I mean, we can't lie about this. DeMuslim is very far behind right now. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to come back and take this game. He's doing everything he can. He's going to try to take the gold base and hold that. Ultralisk Cavern on the way already for Sheth. So he's just going to try to break DeMuslim as soon as the Ultras come out, as soon as he gets a few more upgrades. And we'll see. I mean, it all depends on if DeMuslim can hold this gold right now. Yeah,
DeMuslim trying to turtle up at the gold. He does see this big force making its way out. He has not sieged up these tanks yet. There they are. Oh, these Roaches have to watch out. Oh, they get out of firing range just in time. That could have been a disaster, but Sheth doing just fine.
Yep, and he's going to run around and look for that 3rd, but he's not going to see it because the 3rd is at the gold where he just was. Oh, and drops being upgraded by Sheth as well. Could we possibly see some ultra drops? Oh, Lings! What are they doing?
Well, they're causing Siege Tanks to fire on a couple of Hellions, but that's about all the good they did at the moment. Yeah. Oh, but these Roaches are finding all this mech force out of position. There are only 3 Siege Tanks up. DeMuslim is going to lose those very quickly and actually going to lose all the SCVs over at his natural. That is a huge loss for DeMuslim.
Yeah, nothing to defend there, and unfortunately, if DeMuslim pulls his units from his gold, he's going to lose that instead. And I mean, that's just the reality of the situation with being that far behind. Your opponent has the units to do this type of thing, you don't. And it's just really, really tough to come back from something like this.
Yep, a couple of Siege Tanks on the high ground as well, and DeMuslim has pulled most of his forces away, so only a few Siege Tanks sitting over at the gold now, and Sheth could overrun that pretty easily with a Zergling counterattack around the left-hand side.
Yep. Oh, the factory. Is it going to burn down? We'll have to see if it's repaired or not. And yeah, DeMuslim does have the gold in full swing right now. His income is pretty good. You can see he's got a lot of minerals, but he just doesn't really have the production buildings to spend them as much as he'd like. I mean, if he had a few more of those production buildings because of another base, you know, he might be able to use those minerals a little bit more, but...
And Sheth is maxed, and those 55-second build time Ultralisks are amazing.
Yeah, they come out pretty quick now, don't they?
Yes, they do. Making their way out right now, and looks like he's going to swing in. Oh, yeah, he's going to go right after the Siege Tanks at first. 2 Siege Tanks down, 3, 4, 5. GG. Doesn't matter, GG, no.
That is it. Wow. So, I mean, what can you really say about that game? I mean, DeMuslim just got so far behind in the early game.